Hey everyone, welcome to Dr. Retro's Video Game Finds Part 92. I have a lot of games coming in, so let's get cracking and show you guys some of the amazing stuff that came in this week. First up, some PC big boxes: Metal Gear Solid, Icewind Dale, Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor, Phantasmagoria Part 2, A Puzzle of Flesh, Might and Magic Collection, so that's Part 1 through 5, and the last one is Carmageddon 2. Carmageddon's by far one of my favorite racing games. More big boxes, and again some amazing titles. Jazz Jackrabbit 2 The Secret Files, which includes Jazz Jackrabbit 2, Final Fantasy 7, Pokemon Project Studio Red, so there was actually a red and a blue version of this, and this allowed you to make your own Pokemon cards, stickers, etc. And it's a good thing that I didn't have this as a kid, because I would waste so many hours on that. Dune 2, The Battle for Arrakis, Ultima 6, The False Prophet, and Ishar 3, The 7 Gates of Infinity. Not sure yet if I'm gonna keep this game. I'd never played it, but it looks like a cool RPG, and that's usually one of my criteria to keep something in my collection. So let's get to something else from the PC games. Here we have a quite rare Atari 2600 game, Marine Wars by Gakken, and has a strange box. It's quite battered, but who would have thought something else with such a plastic inlay that just gets damaged easily. Then for the Game Boy, some quite cool games. Let's zoom in a bit. There we go. For the Game Boy Color, there's Prince of Persia, Game Boy Normal Classic Special Pikachu version of Pokemon, Pokemon Red, Game Boy Color Zelda Oracle of Seasons, and Street Fighter Alpha, The Warrior's Dream. And then an MSX game, and this is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So this is a cassette or tape MSX game, not a cartridge one. And those cartridge ones are usually preferred by collectors because they have better games. Before we get to a new round of non-PC games, it's time for some more big boxes, because as you can see in this video, I had a lot of big boxes come in this week, and some of them are the most amazing that I ever found. The last game I'm going to show you in this video, so you can start racking your brain over it, is one of my favorite games ever. It's one of my childhood favorites, and it's for the PC. It's in big box version, and I'm extremely happy to finally have it. It's one of the crown jewels of my collection, at least my PC collection. So while I think of that, I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff. Codename Iceman. This is an EA compilation with Theme Hospital, SimCity 2000 and Theme Park. Then we have the Elder Scrolls Redguard, missing the manual unfortunately. Pools of Radiance, Ruins of Myth-Drannor, Black Moon Chronicles, and Quake Mission Pack number 1, The Scourge of Armagon. From the PC back to the PlayStation, it's Mickey's Wild Adventure, Crash Bandicoot 2, Twisted Metal World Tour, Final Fantasy 7. This is a promo version of Kula World. Kula World is one of the most desired PAL games, and this is the promo version. Metal Gear Solid, Bloody Roar, then Blue's Clues Big Blues Musical, like I've said before, one of the rarest PAL games, and I managed to find another copy. Monster Rancher, which is also quite a rare PAL game. It's actually a fun type of Pokemon-like RPG where you can make your own monsters by inserting any random CD, and it will randomly generate a monster for you. China, Hell Knight, and Crash Bash, which is sort of a Mario Party with Crash Bandicoot in it. I had a fellow PC collector over this week, and he traded in some of his doubles and his spare games. Also a lot of big boxes, by the way, but you're going to see those later because those are all for my collection. So gonna go through this quickly. Wetlands, Duke 3D, Apes, Exodus, Dreams to Reality, Tomb Raider Last Revelation, Thief Dark Project, Beyond Good and Evil, one of the best adventure games. Indiana Jones Infernal Machine, Full Throttle, Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers with manuals, King's Quest Collection, Seventh Guest, Another Full Throttle, Alone in the Dark 3, Space Quest 4, Carmageddon, Shadows over Riva, Torrance Passage, Trial by Magic, System Shock 2, Might and Magic Part 8, Day of the Destroyer, Monster, King's Quest Mask of Eternity, Dominos, the new generation of strategy games, King's Quest 7, Legend of Kyrandia Book 3, Flight of the Amazon Queen, Simon the Sorcerer Part 2, Stone Keep, and the last two here are Age of Wonder Shadow Magic and another copy of Beyond Good and Evil. So that's a whole bunch of normal disc versions or CD versions or DVD case versions. Let's do some more big boxes. Like I said, big boxes again, and this is the second to last pile. Quest for Glory Anthology, Siberia Experience the Future, Dark Reign 2, Upside Down, Little Big Adventure 1, Twinson's Adventure, Full Throttle, and this is the collector's edition because it has that small guide, as you can see there. I didn't have this in my collection, and in the same week I now have a double. And Need for Speed Road Challenge, and I'm not sure which part of Need for Speed this is. I think it's part 4 or 5. Not really sure. I don't think I played that one. I played the first few, and then the next one I played was Underground. Last pile of PC games before we get to some Nintendo stuff again. Grand Prix World Sealed, Tomb Raider 3 The Lost Artifact, Fade to Black, Flashback Kicks XL release, Dark Earth, and MDK aka Murder Death Kill. Pile of randomness. First thing is the Game Boy Advance Tribal version SP. As you can see, it's quite used, but came with some good games, so that's the reason why I bought it. Halo 2 came from my collection because I have the collector's edition in my own collection now. Dark Cloud 2 for the PS2. I decided to get rid of my only Japanese PlayStation 1 game I have, and the name is Crockett Kindano Kinkabox. I am looking for some Japanese PlayStation 1 games, but this is not one of them. I'm looking for Harmful Park and Blah Blah Ralph. Not sure even what the name is. Xenak, Ixanak, etc. Those shoot 'em ups. Hotel Mario for the CDI. Shinobi X for the Sega Saturn. Then some Game Boy Advance games. 007 Nightfire. This is Pokemon Fire Red. You just have to believe me. There's no sticker anymore. Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Pinball, and Pokemon Red Rescue Team. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Then for the regular Game Boy Classic, black and white, green and white, Smurfs, Mickey's Dangerous Chase, Pokemon Red, Super Mario Land 1, Super Mario Land 2, and last, Avenging Spirit. This is a really, really rare Game Boy game. That's the reason why I bought this set, because this one was in there. Really hard to find, and quite interesting to see if this is actually a good game. I'm gonna boot it up and see if it's a good game. So we're gonna do one last set of PC games, and then we're gonna end up with the stuff that I'm gonna be keeping. This last set has some of my personal favorites in it, but I already have them, so these are doubles. Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger, Carmageddon 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, so that's the most complete edition. Under a Killing Moon, Blade Runner, Command & Conquer Red Alert, and Rise of the Robots, which was a horrible fighting game. At least that's the way how I remember it. So, the last games that I'm gonna be keeping. Like I said, I had a fellow collector over, so some of this stuff came from him, and others came from a guy that contacted me from the UK that had some amazing PC games. First up, Earthworm Jim. Great game, love this. Really hard, but just a really cool addition to my PC collection. Then normally I'm not keeping collector sets in my collection, but this one looks so cool. Towers of Darkness with Heretic, Hexen, and Beyond. This I just have to keep. Just check out how cool this looks. Don't you agree? This looks amazing. I had never seen this before. Blizzard the Legend. It has StarCraft and its expansion, Diablo and Warcraft 2, the Battle.net edition. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this. Like I said, I normally don't keep collection sets. I just want to have every single game. But yeah, Blizzard, I played all these games so much, I'm not sure yet. This one I am keeping because it's a collector's edition. It's Dungeon Keeper with its expansion, the Deeper Dungeons. Doesn't really have a lot of extras except the big box and a goodies CD, but still, the artwork on this one is really cool. Here we have the deluxe edition of Juggernaut for Quake 2. It's an unofficial Quake expansion. Same goes for Aftershock, which is for Quake 1. And this is the last Half-Life I was needing, Half-Life Opposing Force. Then we have Quest for Glory Part 3, Quest for Glory Part 1, which is actually Hero's Quest, so you want to be a hero, and Quest for Glory Part 2, Trial by Fire, which is the expansion. So Part 2, this is Part 1, even though it doesn't have it in the name, but it says here, sequel to So You Want to Be a Hero. So that's quite strange. They only use the name Hero's Quest for one title, but they do belong together. A couple of non-big box items. This is the mask manual to Goliath, and I needed this to complete my my Goliath. As you can see up there, it's the Goliath one. Now I'm still looking for the inlay, the cardboard inlay, but chances I'll find that are really small. Street Fighter the Third Strike Dreamcast game, didn't have that one. Supposed to be one of the best fighting games ever. Dungeon Siege 2, the deluxe edition, didn't even know this was out there until I got it. And Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, the PC version. So now we're nearing the last, let's see, 2, 4, 5 PC big box games, and one of those is that gem I talked about earlier. Finally, I have it, Fallout 2, the big box version. Now I'm only missing Fallout Tactics big box, but that only got released in America, so don't think I'll have that anytime soon. Then we have Kilo Blaster 2 and Solar Winds Galaxy, which are two really old DOS space games, and really hard to find, especially in such a nice condition. Then Full Throttle, the collector's edition I already showed you, the limited edition actually. I didn't have this, now I have two. It comes with the mini guide, but I also got the big guide with it. So yeah, it's really nice for my collection, because Full Throttle is definitely one of the coolest LucasArts adventures. Then finally, what we've all been waiting for, at least I've been waiting for it for a long time. The pinnacle of my PC collection, or at least one of the pinnacles, something I played a lot as a kid and I'm really happy to have. Commander Keen Goodbye Galaxy, big box, sealed. Sealed is a nice extra. I don't collect sealed games, but I'm not gonna open this one. But yeah, this game I played so much. Every single kid in my class had this. Every single one of my friends had this. Everyone knows this. There's not a single kid in Europe that didn't play Commander Keen, and probably in America as well. It's yeah, it was the what Mario was for platforming on consoles, Keen was for platforming on PC. And as you can see here, it's, yeah, like I said, it's part 4. For me personally, it was the best part. It had the mini games, it had everything. It looks amazing. I just can't say how happy I am with finally having a big box Commander Keen in my collection. And this is a really suiting end to this video in my opinion. Doesn't get any better. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any questions, remarks, anything, feel free to contact me on Facebook, YouTube, or just leave a comment here on the video. Like me on facebook.com/drretromd to stay up to date on everything, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.